All you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey! Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Brave lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Brave lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Brave lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and you. Good morning to you all on a Monday morning, the third day of November. It's 11:05 a.m. on the East Coast and 10:05 down south. Glad to have all of you here, y'all. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you all this morning here. Nicki Minaj, she's in the news, child. We'll talk about it. Because, child, I guess her and Amber Rose must have talked about President 47, child. My Lord. We'll talk about her. Monique, we're in a government shutdown. Why is this still an issue for you? Yes, she still wants to meet with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. We'll talk about that. The LA Dodgers won the World Series last night. We'll get into that. And 26 million people watch on Fox. That's a huge audience for today's numbers, for sure. I mean, you usually hear, 26 million for, maybe a live event of the Oscars. But even the Oscars, 26 million people watch the Oscars win the World Series last night. We'll talk about that. Adin Ross, who supports doo-doo garbage and PD epidemics, well, he got into some trouble. We'll talk about that. Mílagro Gramz, my bad. Shots Conscious TV for that nickname there. Well, somebody's going to sit in a deposition of our Mílagro Gramz trial. We'll talk about that. Lynn Price, the ex-husband of this turkey leg couple. As you guys know, we talked about the ex-wife and how she got arrested for harboring a fugitive or helping a fugitive who kidnapped somebody. Wait till y'all hear about Lynn Price and then Deland McCullough. Wait till y'all hear about this young man, and just this destination is definitely going to touch your heart. With that being said, higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And one thing to know, and two things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Rolling.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you started it out right. But whatever you in the daylight, and a lot happens early. Can you feel it when I say?
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is a new morning to Rush Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, Maggie Rodriguez. You are absolutely around this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. I hope all is well with each and every single one of you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do, because we do sure have a lot to discuss this morning. We're going to start off with this right here, y'all. We're going to start off with this right here. Shout out to Ace's Style here. Here we go.
What's good, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that everybody's enjoying their Sunday evening and getting some extra sleep in now that we have an extra hour. Daylight savings time is over. Speaking of over, child, listen, Nicki Minaj, she's facing backlash for coming out and supporting the current administration. She is steadily losing followers on Instagram. She's lost over 100,000 followers so far. And we know that Nicki, things like that really bothers her, because she's already, made several posts and videos in the past about, her not trending or having as many people on her live as she used to. She's not on top like she used to be. I mean, we just got to be honest here. Onika has been going on all these different rants and raves, going after Cardi B. She got into it with
Nicki Minaj just sounded like thirsty toxicity, huh? Moving on.
Mariah, which Mariah is on a lot of people's bad side too. By the way, I have to make a separate whole video about that. And her partnership with Sephora, because child, that's a mess. You know what I think it is?
What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes,
And this
and
is how I
everything
feel
in
about it,
between.
right?
With over 100 years
If you
navigating.
are more concerned about what other people are doing, then you know what that means, right? You ain't got shit going on for you. I'm just keeping it a buck, okay? Because honestly, if you really are that big, bad, and bold, then be about it on your own platform. You can't say that you're doing one thing, but then you do another. That's called inconsistency. That's called lies. That's called deceit. That's called treachery. That's called reckless behavior. And I'm just like, this is the same woman that got upset about a law that protects children, Megan's Law. Child, let's roll on. Let's roll on. Let's roll on.
Between this year being so difficult, with the economy and everything with, ICE kidnapping people and essentially brutalizing people on the streets, and just, this year has just been really difficult as a whole for people. I really feel like we're coming to the end of celebrity. Like between, Marvel Studios, they're moving to the UK.
Yes, they are.
The Carters, Beyonce and Jay-Z are also moving to the UK. But I feel like Hollywood, they're not making as many movies that resonate with people. And then the ones that are resonating with people, like for Sinners, for example, they're not really getting the recognition or the push that a lot of people think that he deserves. Ryan Coogler, for instance. But a lot of celebrities, I feel like, are just out of touch. They're tone deaf. And I don't know, I feel like they've been that way ever since COVID. I feel like a lot of things changed after COVID.
Now, we'll have to agree with Ace's style. I do think that the world of celebrity and what celebrity means as, the definition to the people and just the space is evolving so much. I mean, right now, there are people who cannot get SNAP, right? They can't get WIC, Section 8 housing, right? There can't be any government grants for schools, right? And businesses. Medicaid and Medicare, I might add. So when you are ranting and raving like Nicki Minaj, it gets to a point where it's like, why? Do you not see what's going on here in the world? And I think that's the problem with a lot of people, right? A lot of people feel like just because you're on top of the hill means that you can rant and scream and rave about your problems, where it's like, do you not see what's going on at the bottom of the hill as well? And like I said, I would like to think that with myself right now, I'm just really an everyday person. I'm working hard. I have a job in retail. I have this side hustle here, which I want to be my main hustle. Like I said, I want to work on myself full time, not the platform full time. Because if you work on YouTube full time, you will burn yourself out. That's why you have to diversify yourself, right? But I do think that, oh my God, celebrities, will they ever go away? Not really. I mean, Hollywood is Hollywood. It's going to be Hollywood forever. But I will agree with Ace's style that the magnitude, the mystique, and the reverence of celebrity, I think that has been eroding for a long time now. So I definitely do agree with that.
Because once, March 2020 hit and COVID, really was at the beginning stages of its height. It's heightened, right? Because of course we know COVID-19, it started in 2019. I feel like I caught my first case, well, hopefully the only case, but I caught it in December of 2019 before people really knew what it was, and I didn't have a mask on back then. And it was horrific. I had like 2 weeks where I was like, having a difficult time.
Yeah, it was bad.
Breathing, because COVID affects, different people differently. I just felt like really, really sick. I don't get sick too often, but I remember that vividly. But by the beginning, the middle of January, I was pretty much over it. And with Nicki Minaj, her supporting all these Trump supporters online, like she is, just saying all these ridiculous things, like the tweet she has here, she says, flattering photos are allowed to be posted of me again. Thanks, POTUS. Epiphany had politicians thinking that she would lead them to a victory. And she has, the laughing emojis. Had Live Nation thinking that she knew her ish. LOL. How much money did VP have stacked up against or for her campaign again? Yikes. I mean, she's just dogging, Vice President Harris as if Harris didn't have the better platform, because now majority of the country is seeing that Trump does not care about the American people at all. He is.
Now, I will say this. Now, I know this picture did not come from Ace's style. I think, honestly, the hats should have been on the PDF file here and the PDF file's wife. Okay. This hat should not be on the child. Let's keep that a buck. And honestly, too, like Kamala Harris did have the better platform, but because we had stupid ass Americans wanting to just see what would happen if we just had some fun, now we're in hell. And now they want to get out of hell. It's like, no, you find your corner, you stay there, and you get through this shit. We had one job on November 4th, and Kamala Harris got the right to say to America, I told you so. Has the absolute fucking right, the right gall, the right bombastic energy. She's got the right to say, America, you fucked up. She's got a right to say that as many times as she wants to, in many languages as she wants to, and in many ways that she wants to. We had one job. And now people are losing resources for them to potentially make it. Child, let's roll on.
Appealing contingency funds. He's the Republicans are holding healthcare hostage. They are having, grand ballrooms built and having, the Great Gatsby themed parties at Mar-a-Lago, while people are really struggling. He's giving away $40 billion of American taxpayers' money to Argentina and other countries around the world. It's ridiculous. So I don't know if it's because, that she is a multimillionaire, so she does benefit from those tax breaks, but a lot of people were looking to celebrities to, speak out on what's going on in the world. And a few have, right? Like I have to give Denzel Washington his credit. Robert De Niro always stands on business against Trump, and, just the really harmful and punitive measures that he takes toward the American people. Billie Eilish, she was in a room full of billionaires, and she looked at them and she was like, why are you billionaires? It's really interesting to me how so many people want to go back to the 1950s, but in the 1950s, and I don't even know if they had billionaires back then here in the United States, but I do know they were taxed. The multimillionaires had a much higher tax on them, and they paid a higher fair share of taxes back then. And there wasn't such a huge wealth disparity between, the lower and the upper classes, because they pretty much erased the middle class.
Yep.
And so for Billie Eilish to stand on that stage and say, why are you guys billionaires? And Mark Zuckerberg, he got in his feelings, which that's the whole reason why Facebook was created, to be honest. He was in Harvard. In his feelings, he wanted a social network to make friends. So, okay, Mark.
To tell you the truth with Mark Zuckerberg, here's my thing. If you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're treating your employees with respect and you are giving back to your community, she wasn't talking to you. So obviously you got your feelings because something about what Billie Eilish said must be true to some damn degree. Like I often say after I get done saying what I need to say, if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to me. But if you do respond to me, it must be true to some damn degree. Maybe a fifth, quarter, or a half of it. But somewhere in that degree, what I'm saying is true. So Billie Eilish didn't say nothing wrong. I remember Damian Lillard, he said that, basketball isn't hard. Being a single mother with 2 kids and trying to figure out if you don't have lights or food in the house is hard. I'm paraphrasing it, but basically that's what he said. And not to mention, too, Nicki Minaj is Trinidadian. Does she not know if a hurricane hit Trinidad that the president would not give a fuck about her country? Child, let's roll on.
You know what I mean? Like 100 years later, he's still in his feelings like, okay. But it's a valid question, right? And not only are there, all these billionaires, Elon Musk is set to become the world's first trillionaire with a T. Like the money is outrageous. And the fact that they don't pay their fair share of taxes, because if they did, we would have a lot less poverty and a lot less, suffering in this country. It's all policy. That's the difference between the United States and the rest of the world, because Jamaica just got hit with Hurricane Melissa, and they're doing their best, right, to try to help their citizens. But here, we have a government actively working against its citizens. Trump is making AI videos where he's in a fighter pilot with a crown on his head with, pooping on his constituency, like you're supposed to be the president of the United States. We're supposed to be 50 states united together. And he is on a revenge tour against states that didn't vote for him. And now we have Nicki Minaj, who's one of the most influential people, in music, standing 10 toes down behind a president who wouldn't even have rented an apartment to her.
Come on.
Years ago, before she became Nicki, back when she was Onika, coming from Trinidad. If she came from Trinidad to New York and wanted to stay at one of Trump's properties, he was sued. You know what I mean? Him and his father were sued for not wanting to rent to Black people. Like, Black Trump supporters, I saw this clip online saying that, they weren't conservative. They just wanted, validation from the dominant culture. And it's just beyond sad to me.
You want validation from somebody who's not going to validate you.
Career.
Like the hell?
A lot of people are hurting. And instead of the celebrities stepping up, using their platforms to help their fans, right? The ones who butter their bread, essentially. It's like they climb the ladder and pull it up from behind them. And she's supporting people who are actively hurting the American people who have supported her in her career, who got her essentially to where she was. Not that they got her, not the fans, because of course it was her own talent, but people who support her, buy her records, her merch, all those things. We saw all these people, dressing up as Nicki Minaj for Halloween. She's still a big influence. And for her to stand behind somebody who wouldn't even have spat on her if she was on fire years ago when she first came to the US, it's really sad. It's sad to me. like I said, I continue to hope that Nicki gets the help that she needs because, in my opinion, I feel like she's a tortured soul. Like she's so concerned about followers and right here, she's saying flattering photos are allowed to be posted of me again. Like, why wouldn't there be flattering photos allowed to be posted of you? That doesn't make sense to me. I just feel like she goes on these, rants that just are incoherent as the POTUS. So maybe, they have more in common than I realize. I don't know, but
I mean, like I said before, Thirsty Toxicity's children are Nicki Minaj, Mílagro Scams, Ray J, and Thirsty Toxicity's husband is Kanye West. Moving on.
It's disappointing, and she lost over 100,000 followers on Instagram for it.
Damn shame.
So maybe that will wake her up. Probably not, but I'll keep you guys posted. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.
By the way, shout out to with the new style. Did a great job. She is a great content creator, for sure. So here is this, y'all. Here, this is from The Girls Are Fighting, and on Twitter, Minaj reposted a statement from the president addressing the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. In her caption, she wrote, "Reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. Thank you to the president and his team for taking it seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer." And so this person right here, she also gained fans too by doing that too. Who gives a uck? Y'all literally vote for the man, but now she supports him. It's a problem. Make it make sense. Sweetheart, I don't know who you think you are, but this was a waste of a comment. I'm sorry, and we call people out over here where it's necessary, but sweetie, no. Because what it's sounding like is that you are a supporter of the president, right? Because at the beginning, middle, end of the day, it was mostly black men and black women who voted for Kamala Harris. So obviously, some people will let themselves to be a clown so they can have something to do in life. And I would say that you'll see rinsing A9 right here is a whole clown. So might be another one of Thirsty Toxicity's toxic children, but that's neither here nor there, y'all. Let's roll on, child. With that being said, here is an article from Newsweek. Child, listen. Is Nicki Minaj Republican rappers 47 question message raises questions? So right here, Newsweek reached out to Minaj's representative via email for comment on Monday outside regular work hours. Nicki Minaj has reignited debate about her political stance after publicly thanking President 47 for his comments on religious persecution in Nigeria. With over 43.6 million views on her social media posts, the 42-year-old rapper's message has drawn significant attention to the intersection of celebrity politics and human rights, particularly regarding claims of violence against Christians in one of Africa's most populous nations. The note also raises underlying questions about the influence of artists in shaping public discourse on sensitive international issues and political figures as the U.S. approaches another pivotal election season. So on Friday, 47 posted on Truth Social, labeling the situation for Christians in Nigeria as an existential threat and detailing that thousands were being unalived by radical Islamists. He called for a congressional investigation and indicated willingness for the United States to take action if atrocities continue. Minaj responded on Twitter, writing, "No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order to respect each other," along with a screenshot of 47's remarks, and she thanked the president for addressing the issue. Her post provoked both support and criticism online from fans and public figures. U.S. Ambassador to United Nations Mike Walsh thanked Minaj for using her platform on behalf of persecuted Christians and invited her to the U.S. Embassy in New York to discuss further, to which she said she would be honored. You know, this is like Dennis Rodman when he was a representative. For the Chinese government. What? No. I'd rather hear from Bethany Frankel because she had, military cargo planes dropping supplies. She did that shit personally. Now everybody deserves a damn microphone. So you got Nicki Minaj getting an invite to the U.S. Embassy in New York, and you got Stephen A. fucking dumbass Smith wanting to run for president. What's going on with y'all? I can't. And so, basically, look at this. Now, this happened last month, in case you guys did not know. Right here. Nicki Minaj blasts very nasty Breakfast Club host after they criticized her Cardi B attacks. You were attacking a mother and her child. You a public figure. And this comes with the territory. And Complex, you are shady as fuck. Y'all are shady as fuck for this look right here. Y'all are so damn shady. Listen, this is the fold that Complex took, okay? I don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm just reporting it as I'm telling y'all about it. So on Wednesday, October 1st, Minaj retweeted a post from gossip blogger Tossaway K, who Cardi B successfully sued for defamation, in which she called out the Breakfast Club host for their comments about the rapper. In the post, Tossaway K accused the radio show of orchestrating direct attack Nicki Minaj takedown campaign for years because she refused to appear on their show. They used witchcraft and told deliberate lies, she wrote. Minaj retweeted the post and said, allegedly. Really? Oh my God. You would think after being sued and losing one of the biggest rappers in the world, you really would just shut the fuck up and move on to other shit. But no. By the way, Complex, that's HOSTS, the host. Okay, so just fix that. Nicki Minaj followed up the post by directly calling out the host, in particular Charmaine the God. Charmaine, did you put bleaching cream on your cream stick too? Post locked them all up, she wrote, seemingly hoping to have 47 censor yet another voice in media following the Jimmy Kimmel drama last month. Imagine if you called yourself Trump the God. Oh, itch. Lock up boring Lauren, and just with the testicles too. They're very nasty people. Queen ninjas run these ninjas. Thank you. I don't think Nicki really gets how the game goes, right? Because when she did this, that just gave them the right to respond to you, right? And here's the thing, right? While they have to talk about the culture to have a check, they can all sit on their own. Just Hilarious has had a whole comedian career, right? Lauren came from TMZ and she got access to Wendy Williams. Charmaine the God was with Wendy Williams for a very long time. DJ Envy, I don't know what it is. But before that, he was on another platform, and then that's how the Breakfast Club came together with Charmaine the God, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy. Sweetheart, this is the move that you did. Child. Just a damn shame. And listen, I found this article because when I saw this, I'm like, oh, I have to include this in this Nicki Minaj thing. So, Nikki, in case you really believe that the president cares about black people, he utilized Amber Rose as the whore that she is, the social media whore that she is. Okay, let's get that straight. Y'all, check this out from BlackNews.com. 47 continues to ignore MAGA black woman running for governor of Virginia. Now, hang on. I'm going to bring up a celebrity. Because there is one person that that person looks like. Give me a moment. You know what? I think I found this woman's husband. That's the legendary Don King. He was a boxing promoter, but child, I think I found your husband. Here she is. Here he is. Here she is. And here he is. One more time for the one more time. Here she is. And here he is here. Don King. I had to, y'all. I had to. And I'm like, what's the deal here? Like, okay, child, let's get to it. Let's get to it. 47 did not mention Virginia Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears, during a Navy anniversary speech. Even as she runs as a Republican nominee for governor, despite her past support, he has endorsed her as the election nears. According to CNN, during Sunday's event celebrating the Navy's 250th anniversary, 47 praised several Virginia Republicans with military backgrounds, including Reps John McGuire, Rob Whippet, and Jen Kingans, but made no mention of Earl Sears, a Marine veteran who has been actively campaigning in the same region. What should that tell you? Earl Sears, the first black woman elected statewide Virginia, faces a tough race against Democrat Abigail Spanberger. Recent polls show her trailing by double digits, and some within the GOP worry about her campaign strength. Despite this, she continues to appeal to conservative voters and 47 loyalists, even without his endorsement. Earlier that day, 47 posted on social media endorsing another Virginia Republican, Attorney General Jason Myers, for re-election. He also criticized Spanberger for not doing enough to condemn past controversial remarks from a Democrat. Really? Really? So you're going to get onto this woman here when you called Jasmine Crockett low IQ and you couldn't tell what test was for what? You know what? Let's take a little detour for a minute because give me a moment. There was a song. There was a song here. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, here it is. I want y'all to watch this because this shit was so damn funny. As you guys know, there was a test that was done, right, at the White House, and very basic test. Just watch the remix, bros. Here we go.
White House physicians monitor everything about a president, including his cognitive ability. Most presidents don't talk about that, of course, but this president was happy to, in great detail, when asked by our Dr. Siegel. Watch.
I asked the doctor, I said, is there some kind of a cognitive test that I could take? Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, person, woman, man, camera, TV. And they said, wow, that's amazing. The first questions are very easy. The last questions are much more difficult, like a memory question. Okay, now he's asking you other questions, other questions. And then 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes later, they say, remember the first question? Not the first, but the 10th question. And again, can you do it? And you go, person, woman, man, camera, TV. Wow, that's amazing. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, person, woman, man, camera, TV. And they said, wow, that's amazing. They said nobody gets it in order. It's actually not that easy. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. But for me, it was easy. That's not an easy question, and that's okay. If you repeat them out of order, it's okay. They ask it to you, they give you 5 names and you have to repeat them. But then when you go back about 20, 25 minutes later, and they say, go back to that question and repeat them. Can you do it? And you go, person, woman, man, camera, TV. Wow, that's amazing. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, person, woman, man, camera, TV. And they said, wow, that's amazing.
What the fuck, bro? Yeah. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. And by the way, y'all, the story is, check this out right here, okay? Apparently, and this is very real right here. Let's watch this because this is just hilarious. I just.
You know who raised some eyebrows this week when he revealed he had an MRI scan, but he swears it came back perfect. And it took aim at some young Democrats he claims can't match wits with him. Take a look.
They have Jasmine Crockett, a low IQ person. They have AOC's low IQ. You give her an IQ test. Have her pass like the exams that I decided to take when I was at Walter Reed. Those are very hard, they're really aptitude tests, I guess, in a certain way, but they're cognitive tests. Let AOC go against Trump. Let Jasmine go against Trump.
Okay.
Now, listen. We can do this live on NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox. Well, Fox the broadcast, entertainment network. We can do that on Fox because Fox, they're known for taking big swings in live events. We can't do it on News Nation because Stephen A. Smith wouldn't be a good judge of character of who's intelligent and who is not. And he wants to run for president. That nobody asked for, but let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going.
Okay, wait. So AOC responded on social media asking, out of curiosity, did those doctors ask you to draw a clock by any chance? Was that the hard part for you too? Asking for 340 million people. Jasmine Crockett also weighed in. Take a look.
He doesn't even know what a low IQ is. He don't even know which scores are low. You have a president of the United States who consistently is obsessing over 2 women of color that are members of the House. You are the president. I don't know what black woman hurt him in his past, honey, but it is really taking him through it.
That was good. That was good.
I do want to point out that this seems to be the test that he's bragging about.
Which is it?
Yeah. So this is an example of a cognitive assessment.
To assess whether or not you have dementia?
snake, elephant, alligator. Nailed it.
Got it. By the way, they say that toddlers have passed this with a perfect score, so I don't think it's something he should bring
Well, the
back.
scientist who designed it said this is in no ways indication of IQ because it's a cognitive abilities test.
Yeah.
So it kind of tells you his cognitive abilities that he screwed that.
But
the tragedy of this and the scary part is that this person who can tell you the difference between a camel and an elephant has the nuclear codes.
Yeah.
That is what frightens me and keeps me up at night. Why I woke up this morning at 4 o'clock because I'm worried about the fact that he cannot pass really a cognitive test. And I'd like to know why Jake Tapper, who wrote an entire book about Biden's cognitive abilities and says nothing and writes nothing about this guy.
But I do want to say, as one of the 1 in 3 Americans who didn't
And let me tell you something. That's a huge statement from Joy Behar because Jake Tapper worked at ABC. And Jake Tapper, I'm gonna just say this to you, bro. You can't write on Biden, but yet you don't write on the president. Now, I will say Jake Tapper has condemned the president in the past, but bro, come on now. You can't be that dumbass of a journalist and do that shit. I'm just keeping it up with you, but let's keep going.
Want Donald Trump or Joe Biden because I had concerns about their ability to do the job for another 4 years. I don't think that we should be using that as an example. I think that Donald Trump is somebody I don't agree with a lot. I think he gets a lot of things wrong. I think he has poor moral character. I'm not convinced I'm not convinced is fading mentally. I think that he's a man who is invested in longevity. I think that Democrats should focus on beating him on substance, not on he's crazy.
Do you think he knew it was
it.
a cognitive test and not an IQ test?
I don't know, but I don't
That's
think
part of the
I think
cognitive test.
If you didn't criticize Biden and then now it's like you're criticizing Trump, I feel like you're kind of missing it. Just focus on the issues. He's giving you an array of things to attack.
Like his lack of cognition of what type of
No,
test
the
he took.
economy, the fact that no American can afford anything.
Agreed.
Right now.
I just laughed that he thought that he could sell that his results were so great, and the scientist comes out and says,
by the way,
this in no way judges IQ.
Remember when he congratulated Frederick Douglass for a job well done?
Yes.
Look it up.
Yeah, but Biden confused Putin and Zelensky. We need to elect people who are a little sharper.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, that has nothing to do with age.
Yeah.
Your age does not dictate how sharp you are.
He thinks windmills
how
cause
sharp
cancer.
you are dictates how
He
sharp
thinks
you
that
are.
sunlight can cure COVID. Windmills cause cancer.
Well, I didn't say he was the brightest
He
bulb
doesn't
on the
know
chandelier.
anything.
I just said the chandelier is big.
Well, y'all, just one more time. I just want to play the person, woman, man, camera, TV one more time. Just one more time.
White House physicians monitor everything about a president, including his cognitive ability. Most presidents don't talk about that, of course. But this president was happy to, in great detail, when asked by our Dr. Siegel. Watch.
I asked the doctor, I said, is there some kind of a cognitive test that I could take? Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, person, woman, man, camera, TV. And they said, wow, that's amazing. The first questions are very easy. The last questions are much more difficult, like a memory question. Okay, now he's asking you other questions, other questions. Perfect. And then 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes later, say, remember the first question? Not first, but the 10th question. Give us that again. Can you do it? And you go, person, woman, man, camera, TV. Wow, that's amazing. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, person, woman, man, camera, TV. And they said, wow, that's amazing. They said nobody gets it in order. It's actually not that easy. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. But for me, it was easy. That's not an easy question, and that's okay. If you repeat them out of order, it's okay. They ask good to you, they give you 5 names and you have to repeat them. But then when you go back about 20, 25 minutes later, and they say, go back to that question and repeat them. Can you do it? And you go, person, woman, man, camera, TV. Wow, that's amazing. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Could you repeat that? Person, woman, man, camera. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. And they said, wow, that's amazing.
What the fuck, YouTube channel name. They're now known. They are a good time. All right, y'all. So we let's get back to this, y'all. I just had to bring that up. I just had to. I had no other choice here. Earlier that day, 47 posted. Oh yes, already did all that. We were at the. He also criticized Spanberger for not doing enough to condemn past controversial remarks from a Democrat. However, he again left out any mention of Ariel Sears. Ariel Sears once served as national chair of Black Americans to re-elect 47 in 2020 and traveled across the country to support his campaign. Their relationship cooled in 2022 when she publicly said that 47 should not run again. Though the two met earlier this year at the White House, no endorsement came from that meeting. Spanberger's campaign has tried to tie Ariel Seals to 47's policies, blaming both for job losses and government cuts that affected Virginia's large federal workforce. Spanberger's team also accused Ariel Sears of defending 47's economic decisions at the expense of state jobs. Ariel Sears has amended her campaign on transgender issues, criticizing Spanberger for avoiding questions about policies involving trans students. Still a recent Washington Post school poll showed Spanberger leading 55% to 43%, boosted by strong support from independent voters. So there is that. Oh my Lord Jesus, child, let's roll on. We got bigger issues. Speaking of bigger issues, Monique. I know that was a pivot, wasn't it? But let's get to it from me at takeout.com. Monique pushes for sit down with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. Monique is still seeking to sit down with Precious director Tyler Perry and billionaire media maven Oprah Winfrey years after their spectacular fallout. Monique has always maintained that Perry and Winfrey blackballed her from the industry after she refused to take part in the promotional tour for the 2009 movie. I'm still waiting for Tyler Perry, still waiting for Oprah Winfrey to say, let's have this public, open conversation. Don't run. That may be able to hear our community just like my son and I. She said on the A5 Stop Show. So here we go here.
What do you say to the people who say Monique hard to work with?
Well, for the people that said I'm hard to work with, they've not worked with me.
Exactly.
So I can't even entertain it.
Understood.
Because they've not worked with me. But when you have a man named Tyler Perry saying she's difficult to work with, and you've never worked with me, and that cost me 12 years of my career. So when people say, Monique, let that go, I'll ask you, because you know the streets. If somebody cost a man $2,000 for lying on him in the streets, what happens?
You come and see.
Okay, that's $2,000. Now let's say $20,000. What happens?
Ooh, ain't no 10.
Huh?
Ain't no 10.
Somebody this
Okay.
That's gonna be a fish fry. Yeah.
So now let's say
Somebody might have to sell some plates.
and $50,000.
That's what you gotta say. You gotta put it in the gun.
Okay.
And you with $2
I'm gonna
million.
keep going up
Right.
because I'm making a point.
Understood.
So now let's say that lie cost you $2 million. Now let's say that lie cost you between $24 and $36 million. Do you let it go? I'm asking you.
No, ma'am.
Do you let it go? Do you let it go? So why ever would I let that go? Why ever would I not talk about it every opportunity I get? Because you've cost my family that money. And what happens is we get so afraid of power that we're too afraid to say what's real. I've sat in front of brothers and sisters who will say off camera, that shit was wrong. But the moment the camera comes on, I don't really know if I want to say this, because we get afraid of what will be taken from me. What'll happen to me? I keep saying it out loud because I know there are sisters that came before me that are no longer here, that they couldn't say it because they were too afraid to say, that one cost me, that one did this, that one did that. I'm gonna stand for each one of those sisters and for the ones that ain't even here yet until they make it right. I'm unapologetic about that. I'm unapologetic about saying you've got to make it right, because that's why our community keeps getting treated the way it gets treated. Because we've been told from slavery, let it go. You don't want to upset them. I don't give a goddamn who's upset. I don't give a goddamn who's tired of hearing it. I'm going to keep saying it until that black man and that black woman and Lionsgate makes this right, because you cost my family generational money. For the other people that's cowardly and say, I would just let it go. That's your business. My business says never let it go. And that's a part of entertainment. So I appreciate you saying, hey, mama, we brought you here to show you love. This is a part of it. This is a part of it. For the next black woman that says, I won't be quiet. Because if I keep being quiet, it lets the next black woman get her ass kicked.
Talk.
Just let that sit for a minute.
Yeah.
Let that simmer. Just let that sit.
Let it simmer.
My mama always said, when you got your hand whooped, they walk to the room.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Take a nap.
Don't even look at nobody. We heard.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Shit, we saw it too. Shit.
Listen, with Precious, with that strip, right? Did you feel any type of way as, because I know that's not you, right? So like, did you feel any type of way doing that movie? Like, was it some point you like, God damn, like who wrote this shit? God damn. Like, did you say it loud? Did you like, bitch, get your fat ass up? I'm sorry. I don't, come on, sweet baby.
That would never say that.
First of all, shout out to this brother right here. I don't know what his name is, but shout out to this brother. Let's go back and watch this one more time, because he did Monique so good with that impression. To do an impression in front of somebody is so hard. I remember when I was on Clubhouse and I did an impression of Bernie Mac. Let me close my eyes because I gotta. Man, I swear to God, these damn kids, man. I swear to motherfucking God, man. Now, why in the fuck is Vanessa doing this dumbass shit? I did that impression on Clubhouse. There was a woman, I can't remember her name for the life of me, but she was a female comedian. She said, and I quote, anytime you're in LA, you can stop by my house. You can stay. Because that was a very good impression. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So to do this in front of Monique, that took some courage.
Damn. Like, who wrote this shit? God damn. Like, did you say it loud? Did you like, bitch, get your fat ass up? I'm sorry. I don't, come on, sweet baby.
That would never say that.
Like, because it was just so intense and like, damn.
When Lee first sent me that script, when I got to page 10, I called him up. I said, what is this shit? What is this? He was like, bitch, I know. And when my husband and I were reading that script, he said, Mama, he said, don't judge her. Just become her. That was it. So when he said action, Lee said, this bitch is a monster. When he said action, I was a monster. When he said cut, I was Monique. That it was just that easy. It was just that, because it allowed us to play. Like, how far can we go? Like, how far do you want to push this damn envelope? And yes, when he said cut, I was like, Gabby, you okay, sugar? Because shit, you okay? I didn't mean that. Are you good?
You crying for real.
Listen. There's one scene, and this is what Lee has said to me. He says, after the scene, he said, bitch, that was the most brilliant shit I've ever seen. The way you grabbed your heart and you bent over, bitch. You are incredible. I said, Nicka, I can't let you believe that. I bent over because I was laughing at that bitch because she kicked her slipper down the steps at me. So I had to bend over so I didn't mess up the scene and bust out laughing. Yes.
I gotta go rewatch that.
Yes.
Go to the bar with the slippers.
Watch the part. Watch it. You'll see me go, Because I'm trying to hold the laugh back. Yeah.
In the middle of some intense shit.
In the middle of it, and she was like, that's what she doing up at the top of the steps. I'm like,
because the cameras can't see her.
They can't see her. So I'm in it, and I'm like, oh,
and she's
shit.
trying to fuck you up.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good.
Now listen, I have to tell you, right? First of all, shout out to A5 South Show. They have really built themselves up as a huge platform. I've gone on the DC Young Fly, for the TRL fiasco and stuff like that. But I will say DC Young Fly definitely has put in that work. I think he's the host of Hip Hop Squares or something like that. I know he's a host of something, but either way, DC Young Fly has definitely made it do what it do. Monique also addressed the rooms that she's difficult to work with. Well, the people who said that I'm hard to work with, they have not worked with me, so I can't even entertain it because they've not worked with me. She added, because they've not worked with me. But when you have a man named Tom Perry saying she's difficult to work with and you never worked with me, that cost me 12 years of my career. Watch the clip above. Now, I will say this, right? I think at the beginning, middle, end of the day, Monique is going to feel the way that she is going to feel. Sorry, I was looking this up for a little bit. By the way, melatonin is amazing. But also, too, ayahuasca. Oh, my God. I had the Goli ayahuasca gummies and yes, the ayahuasca. Ashwagandha. That's what I'm going to say. Ashwagandha. Not ayahuasca. That's Will Smith stuff. Anyway. but nonetheless, though, I will say I get the fact that Monique is fighting for the money, but also too, when you get closer to the end of life, that the beginning of life, you don't want to you don't want stress to kill you. So I think that's why people keep saying let it go. But in the same token, she has a right to feel the way that she feels. Speaking of feeling the way you want to feel, the Dodgers won their second World Series in a row with a wild Game 7 over the Toronto Blue Jays. The Los Angeles Dodgers won their second World Series in a row Saturday with Will Smith's home run in the 11th inning, the difference in a 5-4 victory in a wild Game 7 victory over the Toronto Blue Jays. It makes them the first MLB team to repeat as champions in 25 years. I think the last time that they got the championship was in 2000. And no, Will Smith was not in the game. Not that Will Smith, okay? It was the 9th World Series title for the Dodgers franchise, but it wasn't easy. Having to starve off elimination with a win Friday, then coming from behind tonight, both on the road. Miguel Rojas hit a 9th inning home run with Toronto, 2 outs from clinching that tied a game the Dodgers had trailed since the 3rd inning after Toronto's Bo Bichette three-run homer against our Shohei Ohtani. Yoshinobu Yamato, the third star coming in for relief after he won Game 6 the night before, then found strength to hold off Blue Jays, who were looking for their first World Series win since 1993. Yamato pitched a complete game in Game 2 and then 6 innings Friday to force tonight's game do-or-die game. After Smith's homer, he got to Alejandro Kirk to ground into a game-ending double play to start off one finals Jays rally, and he was named World Series MVP as a part of the post-game celebration on the NFL Toronto's Rogers Center. So there is the team there. Look at that happy team, man. Let me tell you something. Bichette's 3 home run off Dodger star Ohtani going on 3 days rest for the only second time in his career. In the third inning, looked for a wow to be enough for the Blue Jays, who have been able to put together key hits all series to keep the Dodgers on the ropes. But after the improbable game-clinching double play from Kike, Hernandez, and Rojas to take Game 6, big defensive plays kept the Dodgers within striking distance tonight. In the ninth, with the bases loaded, with Blue Jays, Rojas fielded a grounder and got a force out at home to save a run. The Jays would pull off the same feat the next inning. The Dodgers got out the ninth when Andy Pages, a defense replacement in center field that same inning, made an acrobat catch of Ernie Clements' deep drive that would certainly have won the game for Toronto, snagging the ball as he collided with both the wall and Hernandez, who was charging for it from left field. The Dodgers, led by the remarkable feats of Toni, have been favored going into the best-of-7 series as defending champions and looking for their third World Series title since 2017. Toronto, which won back-to-back titles in 1992 and 1993, had won a post-game since 2016. Toronto, though, showed it was for real from the start when they blew out the Dodgers in Game 1, 11-4. Then recovered to win a pair of games in LA after falling short in the record-tying 18th inning Game 3 that gave Los Angeles a 2-1 lead in the series. So, let me tell you something. With baseball, with me, there was a park called Dickey Stevens Park in Little Rock, Arkansas, and there was this team called the Arkansas Travelers. They're still there, but they moved to North Little Rock, and they are part of the minor league baseball. They part of minor league baseball, and I got the chance to actually I caught one of the baseballs. Like you know how sometimes baseballs will fly into the stands. I actually caught it. I think we still have the baseball, but it was so cool. And so, even though I do not watch baseball, I do talk about championships. And so, the World Series is a very big thing in the world of baseball. And let me tell you something. Baseball is a different element of sports because out of all of the sports, right? Basketball, it's a rectangle, right? You gotta go up and down the court. There's 2 hoops, right? Football, same thing, rectangle, but it's 2 goalposts. Let me tell you something. Baseball is probably one of the hardest sports to ever be a part of because you have to have hand-eye coordination. And let me tell you, those fastballs, they hit pretty hard. You know what I mean? Like, they go 40, 50, 70 miles per hour. They don't play. So you got wooden bats, you got baseballs that can knock your jaw off. Like, it takes some skill. So congratulations to the LA Dodgers there. All right. More Brainley's World Control Live coming up right from this space right here, right now. Y'all check this out here. Drake and streamer Adin Ross sued for allegedly promoting illegal online casino, misleading fans about real money bets. Drake and popular streamer said no one ever. Adin Ross have been hit with a class action lawsuit accusing them of promoting illegal online gambling through the crypto-based casino platform Stakes.us. Filed October 27th at Jackson County Circuit Court, Missouri, the lawsuit claimed both men misled millions of viewers by appearing to gamble with their own money while allegedly using funds supplied by Stake Company. The suit says operates an unlawful online casino in states where such gambling is banned. According to the filing, the pair's high-stakes betting streams, live streams encourage fans, including young viewers, to join Stake and place real money wagers despite Missouri's restrict ban on online casino gambling. Stake.us uses a dual currency system. Gold coins which hold no real value, and Stake cash, which can be redeemed for real money. The lawsuit argues the system is designed to circumvent state gambling laws, functioning as an illegal casino under the disguise of sweepstakes play. The plaintiff, Justin Kilham, is suing on behalf of all Missouri residents who claim they lost money on the platform over the past 5 years. The class action seeks compensation for losses through damages and a court order to stop Stake, Drake, and Ross from promoting the site in restricted states. As of now, none of the defendants have commented publicly on the lawsuit. If the case moves forward, it could test how far influencer celebrity liability extends when marketing gambling platforms, especially when their audiences include buyers or fans in states where online betting remains illegal. So this is very interesting because whenever you do an ad on social media, you do have to put hashtag ad when you're getting paid by that by that brand. So, for example, let's just say that I was doing a Samsung string, right? I would have to put in hashtag ad hashtag Samsung. That is required by law. So, whenever I'm like promoting these brands and stuff, I'm not getting paid by any of them. Now, that's not circumventing the law or anything like that. That is knowing how to market because you genuinely are passionate about something. But I'm not surprised by this. I mean, Drake lost in the Kendrick Lamar fight. Adin Ross lost brand deals when he talked about Megan Thee Stallion and Doechii. And it's just one thing after another. So I'm not surprised. And when you support people like Doo Doo Garbage and PDF Academics, what else do you expect? And speaking of Kendrick, there he is there. Ha ha. Laughing emojis, clapping hand emojis. Drake is like, wait, what? Wow. I like this for them. Two people very deserving of some comeuppance. Fully agree. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There is that, but that's not the only thing Adin Ross got going on. Check this out. Streamer Adin Ross is pushing back after being pulled into Megan Thee Stallion's ongoing lawsuit against blogger Mílagro scams. I meant Mílagro Cooper. Sorry, y'all. Calling her team's subpoena a fishing expedition with no factual basis. Didn't you say you knew what was going on? By the way, both of these stories come to us from the Jasmine brand, by the way. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. In new federal court files obtained by the Jasmine brand, Ross's attorneys argue that Megan's legal team went too far by demanding years of his private communications, social media data, and possible payment records tied to Cooper or Tory Lanez circle. His lawyers said the requests are overbroad, harassing, and improperly presume that any connection exists between Ross and defendant. Filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida, the motion asks a judge to block or narrow the subpoena, which orders Ross to produce documents, call logs, and messages about Megan, the civil case, or the 2020 criminal trial. His team claims complying will require forensic review of 15 plus platforms and years of online activity, something they call unduly burdensome, rather. Megan's lawyers from Quinn Emanuel, Rucker and Sullivan LLP want to see whether Ross had any communications or exchanges with Cooper, Lanez, or members of what the filing calls the Pearson Group, which includes names like Carl Crawford, Gianna Caldwell, and others connected to the rapper. Right here, a discovery hearing was scheduled for October 31st before magistrate judge said in Reed asked this brand. The court has not released an update whether the hearing went for or if a ruling has been made. Thought should non-parties like Adin Ross have to turn over private messages and celebrity lawsuits. Abso-fucking-damn-lutely. Especially when you're out here roasting, dragging this, that, and the third about the person that's in the lawsuit. Abso-fucking-damn-lutely. You don't just get to say anything that you want to and not be called to the carpet. You can't ask for construction when you cause destruction. You want to be a male version of thirsty toxicity? Well, here are the consequences of it. He claimed he knew what happened. Don't push back now. That part right there, Satura B, I absolutely feel you. I thought he said he knew exactly what happened. Exactly right. So he got his ass caught up, and now he's running away like a little bitch. And his mother should have fucking swallowed him. That's neither here nor there. Speaking of somebody else who should have been swallowed by their fucking mother, Tory Lanez, everybody. Yes, indeed, another story from the Jasmine brand. Tory Lanez ordered to sit in prison deposition in Megan Thee Stallion's defamation lawsuit against blogger Mílagro scams. I'm sorry, I mean Gramz. Shout out to Conscious TV. From the Jasmine brand, once again, a Los Angeles judge has ordered Tory Lanez to finally sit for a deposition in connection with Megan Thee Stallion's ongoing lawsuit against blogger Mílagro Cooper. According to TMZ, the Canadian rapper's request to avoid being questioned was denied. Megan is suing Cooper for allegedly spreading false information online following Lanez's conviction for powering her in the foot in 2020. Lanez, who is currently serving a 10-year prison sentence, argued that participating in the deposition could harm his ongoing appeal. You were sentenced and you were found guilty, you dumb fuck. That's not changing for shit. However, the judge ruled otherwise, knowing that he may invoke the Fifth Amendment during question if necessary. Megan's legal team plans to press Lanez about his alleged connection to Cooper's online campaign to discredit her. The deposition date will be determined by all parties ahead of Cooper's scheduled trial on November 17th. Now, shout out to what was it, karmic situation or something to that degree. Let me see if I can. KAR, Karmic Resolution, that's who it is. Karmic Resolution. Shout out to them because they have been posting up Mílagro's lives, right? And she has talked about days in past lives, right? So, bruh, it is what it is. Just sit down, say what you need to say, and move the fuck on. Like, it is what it is. You got caught up. So, child. Yes, indeed. There. So, a lot going on with Tory Lanez there. Stop playing with her. Oh my God, he did. Sit down, Felicia. Prince. Good, he needs to sit down and hear the mess he created. He keeps making bad decision after bad decision. He will never learn. This is a sick motherfucker. I'm filling in the blanks for him. Anyway, rolling on. Finally, one more story here from the Jasmine brand here. Turkey Leg Hut co-founder Lynn Price hit with new federal POW charges amid ongoing arson case. Yes, indeed. The legal trouble surrounding Lynn Price, co-founder of Houston's once famous Turkey Leg Hut, continues to grow. According to court documents obtained by the Houston Chronicle, the United States Department of Justice filed a new superseding indictment on October 29, 2025, adding 3 additional federal weapons charges to Price's existing case. He is now accused of possession of a firearm and furtherance of a drug trafficking crime and 2 counts of felon in possession of a firearm. Federal prosecutors allege Price owned multiple firearms between 2019 and 2023, despite a 2016 felony tax fraud conviction that legally prohibits him from having any weapons. One of the firearms was reportedly modified to include a flamethrower incident. Agents further claim Price sold grass in the parking lot of the popular Houston restaurant, though he has not been formally charged with drug trafficking. Price is already awaiting trial on conspiracy and arson charges connected to a 2020 firebombing at Bar 5015, a Houston bar owned by one of his former business partners. Prosecutors allege he orchestrated the attack by hiring multiple men to pour gasoline around the building before setting on fire. The new indictment adds a 4th defendant, Javon Harris, who was arrested earlier this month and accused of helping carry out the arson. Price has been held up in federal custody since April 2025. U.S. District Judge Sim T. Lake has not postponed the trial, but the new charges could delay proceeding. The case marks another dramatic turn for Price's ex-wife, former business partner Nakia Holmes, who helped launch Turkey Leg Hut in 2015. The restaurant became a Houston institution for its stuffed turkey legs, selecting customers long lines before closing in 2024 amid lawsuits, bankruptcy filings, and more than 6 million unpaid claims. And the health department was just beyond disgusted with what they saw in terms of health violations. And then, of course, Nakia Holmes helped a convicted felon who was charged with kidnapping somebody. Child, that's why I'm waiting for Big Beauty Babe. When is the Hulu documentary going to drop? SMH. Damn! Whoa, just bring Turkey Leg Hut back. Damn. They can't catch a break. Millie Chun, You Have Been Tagged by Brown Sugar Babe to talk about this. So shout out to Millie Chun TV. We love her over here. Finally, y'all, this is going to touch your heart, warm your soul, and just give your brain something to regulate with joy. From blacknews.com, NFL player called his coach a father figure. Turns out he really was his father. You heard that correctly. NFL player called his coach a father figure. Turns out he really was his father. NFL player called his coach a father figure. Turns out he really was his father. Yes, indeed. Y'all can see it. So it's quite amazing. Here we go. Deland McCullough spent years searching for his biological parents before discovering that the man he had long seen as a mentor or father figure, his former football coach Sherman Smith, was actually his real father. Their extraordinary story became a book and may soon become a movie. Now 52, McCullough played for the Cincinnati Bengals before becoming a respected coach working with the Kansas City Chiefs and recently joining the Las Vegas Raiders. His search for his roots began in 2017 after he became a father himself. Raised by his adopted mother, Adele, not that Adele, everybody. McCullough grew up without knowing his biological parents, according to PeopleMagazine.com. At 17, he was recruited to Miami University by Smith, a former NFL player and running backs coach. McCullough immediately felt drawn to him, describing Smith as the stable father figure he never had. Smith, now 70, was known for telling his players, You may not be looking for a father, but I'm going to treat you like my son. That bond deepened when McCullough suffered a serious knee injury. Smith offered both support on and off the field, unaware of their headed connection. Decades later, McCullough's search for his birth parents led him back home. His biological mother, who only lived 10 minutes away, revealed that his father was Sherman Smith. Shot McCullough arranged to meet him. When Smith opened the door, he welcomed him with open arms and said, "My son." Smith said he never knew the woman he once dated had given birth to his child. He called the discovery divine, adding, "There's no way to write this. You just have to believe in God." The two share striking similarities. Both played football at Miami University, joined the NFL, and later became coaches. Their careers even ended for the same reason, knee injuries. McCullough joked that their paths continued to overlap, saying both men reached Super Bowl multiple times and lost to Tom Brady. McCullough later chronicled their journey in his memoir, Runs in the Family, an incredible true story of football, fatherhood, and belonging. A film adaptation may follow. Smith jokingly said, "I want Denzel Washington to play me." Well, Denzel is done with movies, but I think for this one, he might come out retirement for this one for sure. And y'all, that's our show. But by the way, if you don't know what's going on today is a very special day because it's Good Morning America's 50th birthday, everybody.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America. It is November 3rd. On this day in 1975, GMA came on the air for the very first.
Like I don't know anymore.
Toni, Sam, and Ginger. Hard year. To another 50 years. You don't have to act like you missed it. Hey, I told you.
Oh, wow. How amazing is that, everybody? Oh my God, that warms my heart so much. By the way, I want to give a couple of shout outs in case you did not know. Pastor Jamal Bryant said instead of ties, they want, instead of ties, Pastor Jamal Bryant and his gorgeous wife, who looks way better than Giselle's existence, said that they want food instead of ties. So shout out to him. Of course, as you guys may or may not know, D'Angelo's private funeral happened, and Stevie Wonder was there. Kim Burrell led musical tributes at his funeral there. And then, of course, DoorDash is making it do what it do in a very, 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 very big way. Let me find it here so I can tell y'all about, because when I saw this, I'm just like, this is what business is supposed to be about. And I remember something that Richard Branson said, that he's about changing business for good. See here. So this is what DoorDash is doing. DoorDash announced that it will distribute 1 million free meals through its Project Dash network and waive delivery and service fees for an estimated 300,000 grocery orders placed by SNAP recipients at participating retailers nationwide. And then, of course, there is a celebrity hairstylist offering free services. So renowned hairstylist and salon owner Metowi, Metowi Willingham, is willing to give back to government employees through the ongoing shutdown. So she is offering complimentary shampoo and styling services to federal workers. While appointments for this week were already filled, there are still spots open for November. Free service slots are available Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it is wonderful to see that in the midst of this hell that everybody else was dumb enough to vote for, we still have people doing good in the neighborhood. Amen, somebody. Amen, amen, amen. Sincerely, I really do love what we do over here. And of course, as you guys know, tonight we will be talking about Potomac. We'll be talking about that live tonight. Then a little bit later on, y'all, I cannot wait because I've been playing around with AI. Like I said, we utilize AI as a resource over here, not the source. And I gotta tell you something. I think I might have been able to save Vegas. I cannot wait for you guys to hear how. So we got all that and more coming up tonight. I think that'll probably be probably tonight at 8:30 probably. So yes, indeed. Hey, two people, welcome in. Glad to have you here. I'm gonna turn on my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. And by the way, GMA, happy 50th birthday, but this is where you should celebrate.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
That's where the 50th anniversary should have been today, but you know, it is what it is. And honestly, even though it's GMA's birthday today, I say make it birthday week on GMA. Hell, bring in some of the biggest GMA fans, fly them in, you know, give them a GMA day that they'll never forget. You know, make birthday surprises every day this week because, I mean, hell, we need some positivity. Amen, somebody. Amen, amen, and amen to that. So yes, indeed, y'all, that's our show. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I truly, truly love what we do over here. Like I said, think you know everything that happens over here, but no. And speaking of stuff, let's watch some GMA clips. Let's see what time we have right now. Oh, we got some time. Okay, let's watch some GMA clips because I haven't seen these yet. So let me do this here. Okay, so let's do this. And don't worry, y'all. We got time. Here we go.
It's seconds before the clock strikes 7, and we say,
Good morning, America.
Every morning there's a race to the finish line, and for some, it's a sprint. A common theme we noticed when we asked the question, what are you thinking of at 6:59?
I hope I make it to this desk on time.
At 6:59, and we're in our chair. George is the last one, and I said 6:59 for a reason because he does get there at 6:59.
At 6:59 a.m., I am usually like sliding into home base, getting into my chair, praying that the camera doesn't notice that I am like just arriving to set.
It is a busy Monday as well right here. You just said hello to Lara twice. Hello again, Lara.
Sorry, George.
I used to drive the producers nuts in that I didn't want to walk into the studio until right before we went on the air. And they were always thinking, is he going to make it today? Is he going to get here?
But for Diane, there was only one thing on her mind at 6:59.
My hair. That's shallow, but it was my hair, I'm telling you the truth.
And our Lara has a tip for that.
Before we go on the air, I do this to try to get a little volume. That's what happens. And the audio people are like, why? Your mic is going to fall off. Please stop with the head flip. You are not Farrah Fawcett. But that's what I do.
And for our Michael, cramming for the on-air test is now over.
If I don't know it by now, I'll never know it. That's what's going through my mind. So when 7 o'clock hits and it's time to do the show, it's just do it. Just do it. Be yourself. I love the countdown to 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. So now you know. But, Joan, I got to ask you this. What was going through your head at 6:59 this morning
did I really get up at 3:15 for 20 years? Right. But I'll tell you, the sound guys used to play I Feel Good. Remember? James Brown. Every morning right before we went on the air. So that's what was going through
At
my
high volume.
Yes.
High volume.
It really every morning, right?
Yeah. Oh, it got you going. And every morning,
Yeah,
I did the same thing.
It works.
Well, actually, because when I put it down like this, it was a way to white balance the camera.
You're funny.
The one and only Charlie Gibson, ladies and gentlemen.
So many good memories.
So many.
I just love looking. I'm looking over. It's just warming my heart.
Oh, well, you know, I don't think the audience knows. Joan and Diane and I, they keep us in a storage closet. And they haul us out every couple of years, you know, to, oh yeah, who are they again? They haul us out for shows like this. But
This
50
is what our
years.
mornings were like all the time. I mean, it was, we were like brother and sister. And if he had put on one brown sock and one black sock in the dark, I'd say, cameras, come on in. And I'd show, and the audience loved that, you know. That's that spontaneity that you all have, that you know. Audiences love it when something goes wrong.
Each team had a different little flavor. Charlie, just say my name like you used to say when I walked in the studio.
And let me tell you something. It is very hard to do what they do live every single day, Monday through Friday, to connect to the world as the world is waking up and to do it with some style, some grace, and a little bit of flair. They do it so well. So let's watch some more clips from GMA here. Here we go. Here's another clip here.
We have some members of the GMA family, past and present, joining us here in the studio for our birthday celebration. And we got a few questions. Yeah, a few questions. Nancy, you're up first. There you go. Nancy, how you doing?
I'm still here.
You did, and we're happy you are. But you were already a two-time Toni nominee. You appeared in Sound of Music to Into the Woods. So what was it like, that live theater experience? How did that help you when it came to morning news?
It didn't.
Just the honesty for me.
I remember that.
I mean, I'm used to staying up very late, you know, from the theater, so it was quite a jolt. And we went on the air about 10 days after I was hired. David had already been hired, and he auditioned me on air. But I was fast. I mean, I lived in New York, and I was really into politics and the theater and the arts, and so I felt like I knew something. And there was no Google, so and we were lacking in writers and in researchers. I mean, it was tough, and it was
do
fun.
a lot of homework, like David said.
I did. I was really good about that. But it was hard, and I laughed. I told them this morning in the makeup room, my first interview outside the show, I was given this, go interview him and his wife, and I went, Howard Cosell? Do you remember Howard Cosell?
Yes, very well.
No, and I said, what about? Because no producer went with me. There was no discussion about the interview or questions. They said about their marriage.
Not sensitive
at all.
Okay.
But he was great. They knew I was nervous. They knew, because I was nervous. You know,
He used to always come down in the morning and say, right before going on air, you know, we're going to go on pretty soon. You better go to hair and makeup.
And Spencer, to this side of the room, come on, you got to get into it. So, I know you guys are different people. I mean,
Oh my God!
Okay, just
wow, they look like brothers.
We walked in together this morning. I looked at him and I started looking in the mirror. I said, we did the whole time.
You joined in 1986,
Yeah,
correct?
86,
To do
right.
the weather. Talk about those 80s fashion in the 80s.
I kind of miss the 80s fashion. It was easier in the 80s, you know? Men wore socks.
Got a point.
But I love the 80s fashion. I love the ties. The lapels were a bit wider, but yeah. You tell them, Spencer.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. Oh my God, that was funny. Okay, some more clips, y'all. Here we go.
Good morning, America.
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 It's gonna be a good day.
It's hard to put into words. To be a part of that legacy means everything.
It's amazing to me that this show has started people's days for 50 years.
I love it that people feel like we make their morning better.
Maybe you haven't even brushed your hair or brushed your teeth, and you allowed us into your home.
We used to think of it as sort of a warm hug.
I always felt when that light comes on, the first thing we're saying is, we're here together.
We had the responsibility to try to bring information to people that can be useful in their daily lives. Good morning. I'm David Hackman. Today is Monday, November the 3rd. From the day they called me and said, would you like to host this program, we were on the air in 4 weeks.
My agent called and said they're offering you the job as the co-host of Good Morning America. About 20 minutes later, my phone rang again, and it was my gynecologist telling me I was pregnant with my first baby.
And this is my daughter, Jamie. Good morning, America.
Strangely enough, I wasn't nervous on the first day. We were down in Florida because they were redoing the studio, and it was hot. And Joan London kept saying, why are you wearing a tie?
And I pulled at his tie. I'm sure at that moment he thought, oh my God, what did I get myself into?
I didn't understand how many different cameras there were, and to me, it was like being in a Pac-Man game.
Our pal Robin joins us here at the anchor desk.
I was wearing this terrible suit, and my hair was perfectly coiffed.
We call this home base, so I finally made it home.
I actually had several offers to join GMA. I think I turned it down 3 times before I said yes. I couldn't really imagine that people thought that I was right for this job.
There's a lot of pressure when you're sitting next to iconic people that I watched every day, and I was scared. I was really scared.
After the 11 and a half years, I did between 12 and 14,000 interviews.
Thanks to Jim, I've had the chance to interview so many world leaders, including American presidents, from Jimmy Carter all the way to Donald Trump.
To sit next to President Obama and to sit with Prince Harry and ask him questions, it is a very important responsibility, but one that I love to have.
I was sent to Omaha Beach, and I was really kind of overcome with emotion.
All those guys died so that you could have your freedom. It's a humbling feeling.
I just got chills thinking about covering D-Day and meeting those men that stormed the beach in Normandy. What a privilege that was.
What an honor it is to meet you.
9/11, and the thing you never, ever in your life could have imagined.
We just got a report in that there's been some sort of explosion at the World Trade Center.
Diane said, oh my God. And I said, we're under attack. The next morning, I said to Diane, if I start to cry, you're going to have to pick up. And she said the same.
The morning after Katrina, I had just found my mother. Charlie asking, did you find your family?
They're okay.
Mom's okay, sister's okay.
They're all right.
And for me to break down live on national television like that, it really was a moment that I'll never forget.
I saw an entire home taken off of its foundation and rolled down the street.
My number one responsibility is to make people aware of what was coming and then tell the stories of what happened after.
So many people's livelihoods washed by that powerful water and surge.
We've flown into storm situations as everyone is evacuated. And people are like, why do you do that? because it's not real unless you see it.
We are there before, we are there during, and we are there after.
But my babies are safe.
Your babies are safe.
And that's what's important.
And you're safe.
We will be there with you when you make the first step of rebuilding.
We're not going to forget Altadena, the fires in Maui. It's a trademark of Good Morning America that we will be there when you need us most.
I don't know any of y'all, but I love you and love what you do.
One of the things we would seek
Woo!
to do is find
Wow, we
a
need
place
more of that
love
energy.
in.
I'm gonna just pause for a minute. We don't know any of y'all, but we love y'all. We need more of that energy. Carry on.
And let you see it through our eyes.
We would come up with these ways to get the whole team rolling through America. We sawed the top off of a train so that we could put dishes and broadcast live as we're doing it.
We took the show to Australia and New Zealand, and I said, let's go bungee jump. Now, the show would never have allowed us to do that. So we snuck out with a camera crew, of course.
So I'm out at the end of the platform, and I remember saying,
I sincerely hope this is not the last time I say, Good Morning America.
The executives were, in an instant, angry at us for doing it, and so excited that we had the videotape.
The morning of being in Tuskegee, Alabama, my dad was still with us at the time, a Tuskegee Airman, and flying a plane just like the one he flew in World War II.
It doesn't get any better than this.
I loved trying to go up with the Blue Angels, and I said to him, can you just rev it up a little more? And even as I'm saying it, I'm passing out completely.
I will be blasting off in the next Blue Origin space launch. I'm so happy to go to space, but I'm even happier to come back from space.
All right.
We gotta sing and dance as loud as you can this morning. All the single ladies, put your hand up.
You do not have enough time to talk about the incredible music these last 50 years on Good Morning America. We had Prince.
Oh, of course, Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston. The list goes on and on.
Mariah asked me to pick her up, and you never turn down Mariah. If she asks you to pick her up, you pick her up.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
We call it the GMA face, and when we are doing interviews with celebrities and we ask them, they always say yes.
I'm Lucy. Good morning, America. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Being it is.
Some of them are very new and very uncertain.
Doesn't mean me.
And you get to watch them as they become entirely seasoned in their fame.
The hardest people to interview usually were comedians. You could try to prepare for it, but as soon as you ask the first question, Robin Williams would be into a stream of consciousness. Do you ever feel like you lost control of an interview?
No, come on, Toni. We're going by the water now.
It was always fun, but you had to go with the flow.
We're going to leave Diana.
Oh, no.
We'll be right back with a lawyer.
Allie is responsible for more blushes on air than any other single person.
George, I never ever get to see you at home.
The craziest one was when she came on for my birthday.
I love you. I shaved my legs and made you a steak. Happy birthday, baby.
But, you know, she makes me laugh at home and everybody can see it on air.
We don't say it lightly that we're family. Coming back from my bone marrow transplant.
Yeah, this was a huge moment here.
Something I will never, ever, ever forget.
I have been waiting 174 days to say this. Good morning, America.
It was such a moment of relief and joy for all of us, and you really got to see and feel the GMA family.
Isabella shared her story on GMA, and she wanted to do it with only one person, that was Robin.
We can see one side effect to the radiation, which you are rocking that dude, okay? Let's just say that.
As Robin says, make your mess your message, and I think she inspired Isabella to do the same.
It feels like a gift. I am so grateful for this job. It's a family, it's a joy, it's fun.
Good Morning America is like riding a Bronco every day. And so at 6:59, that bull is out the door.
It's too much of a decathlon not to have human failure in it.
No. There was a doll, a Vanna White doll. The doll had a wardrobe malfunction. Whoops. And I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
Sorry.
Thelma and Louise, Diane. We thought we were going over that cliff in morning television, stomping in the grapes. And now Lara and I have adopted that.
Hang on, Laverne.
The great thing about GMA is it's not just Halloween where we dress up. Oh, no, 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 no. If we can find an excuse, we love a costume.
The only thing that drives me crazy about GMA are those endless attempts to get me to dance.
We're gonna play that song again, and George is gonna do the nay-nay to it.
Don't hold your breath.
People have no idea of the beautiful army of people who work and make this happen.
It truly does take a village, and we have this big, beautiful village.
I'm convinced that that's the reason that we were successful, because we were a genuine team.
I think everybody who worked at Good Morning America would tell you it's the best job they ever had or ever will have. It is always a pleasure to say, Good Morning America.
Charlie loved to say it. He always thought it was the best name of any show in the history of television.
Good morning, America.
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 Good morning, America. Oh, man. Warms your heart, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Does the body good.
When you look at that, I think it's safe to say that all of us here we're in front of the camera, and everybody who's behind the camera, how proud we are to be a part of GMA and the history of GMA. And but I am curious, for all of you former anchors here, how many of you really missed that 3 a.m. wake-up call? How you feel about that? Anybody?
I'm still making it.
I didn't learn.
I got tense last night just thinking about the fact that the alarm was going to go off at 3:15.
I love what you said at the top of that piece about how you're telling everybody we're all in this together. And that's so much a part of the job, easing people into the day in good times and bad.
Well, you know, it's an important point. We're the faces of the
that
broadcast.
That is 20 years of work right there.
There is an entire staff of a lot of people who work 22 hours a day. And then at 7 o'clock, they say, here's our work product, make us proud. And so it's not just the people that are here. It's the people, so many people who are off camera.
And we get to go out and smile, but it's their smile.
Yeah, exactly. Now you can have the show back.
Please, Diane.
I was just going to say. Someplace I went on the globe, I think somebody told me that I went 14 times around the globe in the course of my GMA life.
Yeah.
More than 350,000 miles in the course of it. I believe it too.
And she flew coach.
And passed out with the Blue Angel. But there was a proverb somebody told me once, at its simplest is GMA, which is a true friend divides your sorrows and multiplies your joys. And that's it. And that's what we would do for each other when we came home and came in every morning. And I hope it's what we did for all of you. That's what we wanted to do.
Yeah, because you know what? I was telling you this earlier. My memory, the morning after my dad died, we're in Mississippi. Who's there in the front yard? Diane Sawyer. Didn't even do GMA that morning. He came down to Mississippi to make sure we had gumbo waiting for us when we came home from the funeral home. But it is like that warm hug.
You know, you said it, Charlie. It's like that warm. Did you feel that kind of responsibility?
Sure. It's Joan and I used to say we have these millions of friends that we don't know. And they come to us and they treat us like friends. You're in their house at a time that you wouldn't have your best friend in the house. The dishes aren't done, the kids aren't ready for the day, etc. And here we are, a bunch of chirpy twerps who are sitting on a couch saying let us into your home at this very personal time of day. And so people did, I think, always relate to us personally.
And we were kind of like brother and sister, you know. We'd pick at each other. He said we're like monkeys, that we're always like right before the show pick lint off each other. But it was such a privilege. I mean, there's very few people, that get that privilege of going into millions of people's homes every morning. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, we traveled the world together. And it was almost like more than a camaraderie. Because we've all kind of said it in our own way. It was almost familial. It was almost like a family.
You weren't always chirpy.
When it comes to the Seven Dwarfs, I was grumpy.
We think about all the happy moments, but there are also I was reminded watching the video, all the impactful moments that we share with America and America shares with us. So it is that exactly what you just said, Diane. That proverb just fit it perfectly.
Well, it's the best we can do when we're all together and going through the kind of turmoil and joy and highs and lows, and all of us wondering together, how do we make it through? We make it through this way.
The weeks after 9/11, we just put a table in the middle of the studio, and we were at the breakfast table. We didn't, we were learning just as the show went on, and you really do feel like you're at the nation's breakfast table.
Oh, I remember the morning that TWA 800 crashed, and one of my best friends was on board, lifelong childhood friend, and they called me into the control room, and it was his twin brother on the phone that said, I think Jed was on the flight. And we got the manifest, and we had to tell him and I came back out, and you just said, sit down, and if you can't finish the sentence, I'll finish it.
Family and teamwork.
I think that's the best way to end this show. One love, much love, all love. I feel love and send it right back to you. We'll be watching some Potomac tonight. Well, you guys will be watching me review it. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Vegas tonight at 8:30. It should be a wonderful time. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Happy 50th anniversary. Happy 50th birthday, GMA. 50 more years. And hopefully, Brainley's a part of the next 50 years of GMA. Well, not 50 years, because I got other stuff to do. Brainley's virtual tour, Family Feud, Oscars. I got other stuff that I want to do, but I definitely want to be a part of the legacy of GMA. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Bye, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? a winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
Child Braxton been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Braxton been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Braxton been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn